Hello, this is a short tutorial on how to use Hypatia as a student. So once you log in to Hypatia Teach, you'll see your student dashboard where every course you're enrolled in is displayed. Here I have two courses, Functions 11 and Calculus and Vectors, and we see that Calculus and Vectors is empty, so let's just start here. We can click into the course, and because this is an empty course, it doesn't have any assignments, only this tutorial. And so let's click into the tutorial right now, and this is what your assignments will look like in Hypatia. At the top right, you can get a quick summary of the assignment by clicking on the question button. You'll see in this assignment there's 3 questions, and currently we're on question 1. The questions come in 2 parts. There's the question, which is usually at the top of the page here, and then the space for your work and the answer, which is on the bottom. For more detail of actually how to use Hypatia and how to insert math, I recommend you watch the YouTube video linked here in the tutorial. It goes into more detail in how to use and type effectively. So this isn't a tutorial on that. We're just going to go through the assignment. So let's click Next. And here we come to question 2. And here I'd like to just spend a bit of time really going over why Hypatia is such a powerful tool to use for your homework and your assignments. And that's because you get real-time feedback on your math as you're typing it. So just as you'd be writing math on a piece of paper, you can do the same in Hypatia, but you're able to check your work as you write, and that way you can be more confident in your answers. So there's 3 types of feedback that you get in Hypatia. They're highlighted up here, and let's just go over this problem to explore. So here we're adding some fractions. Okay, let's add the first 2, and then we have this 3rd fraction here. And let's say I want to check my work at this step, so I can click the check button, and we'll see that Hypatia has marked this as wrong. If you hover over the little error symbol, you can get some feedback. It's saying that our answer still needs more work. And if we hover over this red highlighted region, we can get more detailed feedback on what we need to improve. And so here we see that our answer is correct, but we want to simplify the expression. So we should write it without the plus sign and as only one fraction. So let's do that. We can hit the Enter key to create a new line of math, and now we can take the sum of the fractions. Here again, we can check, and now we see that Hypatia has marked this problem as correct. Let's say I made a mistake though. Let's say I summed this incorrectly, and I were to check my work. Again, we see this red error icon, and here we have an underline at the point where I made a mistake. The last type of feedback you get is if there's some input missing. So if we delete everything, and let's say this was a longer assignment, if I had checked it and I see this yellow icon, that means that somewhere I forgot to insert math. And so Hypatia was expecting me to type some answer here, but I had missed it. And so I'd have to go back and retype my math. And so let's just type out the answer here. I realized that I made a bit of a mistake there, but we can check to make sure that it's correct. Okay, let's move on to question 3. And again, this just gives you more practice with using Hypatia and writing math. But for more details than that, you can refer to the YouTube video here. Okay, let's say I'm done the assignment. I can click Done at the bottom right, and this brings me to my summary report for the assignment. This shows me how I did. So on the left here, you see a quick overview. There were 3 questions. The first and third are blank. I left them blank, and the center one I answered correctly. If I want to see a more detailed report, I can click the View Full Report button, and here I'll see each question along with my work. And so the first question I didn't answer, but in the second question, I can see the work I've done. At the end of your summary, if you want to print it, you can print your summary with the print button. But for me, I don't need to print it, so I'll just go home. And this brings me back to my class. So let's go back to the dashboard, and now I see again a list of all my classes. Now this Calculus and Vectors, that was an empty class. There wasn't any assignments there. Let's go into a class in progress. So I can click Functions 11, and here we see that I have a class now with multiple assignments and tests. Some of them are in progress. We see that the assignments are listed without any symbols on the left here, whereas tests that are marked are listed with this hat icon as an exam. So we see that we have some assignments that are released. This means that the instructor released the assignments for us to work on, so I can click on them and continue working on the assignment. Once the instructor is grading an assignment, it's no longer released, it goes into this grading state. And after it's been graded, the assignment is then closed and I can no longer work on it, but I can still see my summary and progress of how I did on the assignment. If you want a quick overview of your progress at a glance, this icon at the top right, if you hover over it, you can see your progress in the class. Let's go back to the dashboard. So that brings me to the end of my tutorial. Good luck with your math classes this semester.